So we'll sing a ligen and then we'll say a word on the Parsha of the week, a Chassidische word. Toshevedesh Adako Vatemer Shovov Leyodom Yay, yay, yay Ayidam Amam, amam Ay, 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 ay Ay, Triyay Larab Ay, ay, ay Ay, Lam Triyam, amam Ay, Lam Amam, Ay, 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 ay Ay, 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 ay Ay, 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 ay Ay, 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 ay Ay, 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 ay Ay, 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 ay Ay, 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 Toshev Enish Adako Vatemer Shovov Leyodom Toshev Enish Adako Vatemer Shovov Leyodom Ay, 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 Ram Ay, 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 ay Ay, 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 Ram Ay, 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 Ram Amam, amam Ay, Yayom Tarek Alafike Moyim Kelav Shisarig Lachov Eleikim Yayom Tarek Alafike Zarig Lachov Eleikim Sama Nafshi Leileikim Lekel Mosayovei V'yerowe Mosayovei V'yerowe Pnei Everything is Ashgacha Pratis, even to sing an enigma is Ashgacha Pratis. In today's Tanya, we learn that to be devoted to Hashem, you have to find the spark of the fire in you, in your soul, and you have to work on it. And there's a Seder HaMadregas. You don't in 1 second elevate yourself to the highest madrega. There is truly a Lord of Lezer ben Dedaya, but even after the tshuva, there's a Seder HaMadregas. And the Seder HaMadrega is that you have to reveal in yourself one level and another level and another level. So there's the Madrega in Tanya he speaks about is the Madrega from Kalei Sadefesh, Somalach Nafshi. There's a Timoin Telikus. One reveals that at least he wants something more pnimistic, more content. He wants more meaning, and he wants to get closer to Hashem. See the Chassidische Nigen, or you davening with the Chassidische Nigen, and you warm up your feelings to Hashem. Your neshama comes through a Nigen, and you sing Tzomel Chonafshi. So that's there's a spark in the nefesh that one has to have his bonus and has to dwell on it and think about it, greatness of Hashem. And before he thinks of the greatness of Hashem, he has to have sur merah. He has to wash himself out from his klippes, from his machshava zores. He should be able to stand in front of Hashem with a clean and heart, and then he could make something out of himself. And then there's Chelas Ava Oni. That's another madrege in Tzimmo and Tolikus. Chelas Ava, David HaMelech said, it's all the shaynas from David HaMelech. Chelas Ava Oni. I'm sick for you, Hashem. I don't even have to think about it. A person is sick a whole day. Doesn't have to think about it. When a person is sick for Hashem, for love of Hashem, Beinani has to be misbeinan in davening, and then after davening, sometimes it stays, sometimes he forgets, and he has to work on himself. And if he doesn't work on himself, it kind of the Yetzer Hara comes in. But a tzaddik is chilas avasoni. He's always in love with Hashem and always with a fire that he's connected to Hashem. Dveikas hanefesh. And then there's kaleis hanefesh. Nichsefo v'gam kol nafshi. It's another madrega. Nichsefo v'gam kol nafshi kaleis hanefesh. Hashem, I'm all yours, and he wants to just. When you say Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, it's called in the Chassidus Lashon Dafka Bey, to connect to Hashem in the highest level through the Neshama Echad. There's nothing else but Hashem. That's a very hard madrega, and we're going kind of reverse here. Baruch Shem is Yichud Tatoeh, and V'ohavta is many levels in V'ohavta, in loving Hashem. You know, somebody asked the question, how do I love Hashem? How do you tell someone to love, and how do you love? I can't wrap my brain around it. So he asked the question, how do I come to Ava B'chlal? Somebody says, this tzaddik is totally in love with Hashem. I don't know how he does. Baal Shem Tov, before he went to daven every day, he wrote a tzavoah, and if I don't come back, because when he said Ve'ahavta, he was so worked up, and the fire in him was so begolui, it was revealed in him that he didn't know if he'll make it. You have to have it also. So one guy has the question, how do I love? One guy has the question, how do I love too much? But the truth is, there's different levels. You have to work up your levels. And then, after you had all this love, to continue it and to retain it, there's emes, there's svas emes, there's emes v'yatzi, v'nochem, v'kayim. There's 4 levels in Krishma, and then there's an Ezras Haviseinu. This is milmatu l'mayla, that you worked on yourself, and then there's 4 levels in Ezras Haviseinu that Hashem gives you milmayla l'mata after you worked on yourself. So there's madregas that we have to work on, and you go step by step. And so the first thing is you have to prepare. There's a lot to talk about it, but the idea is that the Yid has in himself, in his Pnimis Hanshama, in the Kudas Halev, there's a place there that there's an Ava. It's called the Ava Mesuteres. It's a hidden Ava. That's a natural Ava that he has. What he has to do is reveal it and take off the dust and enlighten it and inflame it, and then there's this Eirus. After you have this Eirus Lotata, they give you Kechas Milmaila, it's Eirus Milmaila, and that's the Aveda of a Yid, day in, day out. His whole life is to just like every day there's levels and levels and levels. So every day, every second day, every third day is another level of internalizing it. That's why we tell Sfira every day is another Sfira. yes, we highlight one sphere, but together with this sphere that we highlight, all the other spheres are uplifted. It's not that we're working only on one sphere. We have to be in generally good. And every day we have a mitzvah to focus on one sphere which elevates all the other spheres. And the same thing is in life. The Aveda is we have to be good in general. We have to be Iberigem to the Mebishn and Aveda Hashem. But every day we have to go through details in Aveda again, one level to another level to another level, and this day and the other day and the other day, until we reveal the Ava Misoteres and we get the Yisayas Mamaila and so on and so forth. And every individual has to do it. It says in today's Pasha, Sheish Shonin Tizas Kisovei Ol Oretz, V'Shof Oretz Shabbos Lavai, Sheish Shonin Tizas Sadechot. And it's the famous question, you come to Eretz Yisrael, it says, V'Shof Oretz Shabbos Lavai, Shemitah Shabbos. So first it has to be Sheish Shonin Tizas Sadechot. You didn't plow yet, you didn't work yet, and already you want to rest. It's kind of sounds like a lazy deal, you know. Hashem, I want to rest, but and the truth is that a Yid is V'Shof Sa'oretz, a Yid is Shabbosdik, it's the soul of Shabbosdik. A Yid has to know he's Shabbosdik, but you have to toil and you have to work, and then it's Esh Shabbosdik, that's your Shabbosdik because you worked for it. You worked for it. When you go into a grocery store and you buy food, you buy a piece of meat or whatever you buy. It's not called. This is for everybody. This is generally everybody can buy a piece of meat, a piece of cheese, a piece of fruits and vegetables. But when you come home and you cook it and you prepare it, then you could say this is Hungarian food, this is Russian food, this is Sephardi food, this is Oriental, this is American pie. In other words, after you worked on it and cooked it and put a fire under it, and you softened it up, you salted it, the meat, and you put it in water to soften it up. So whole aveda of you walk into somebody's house, you say, oh, this is this person's house. It reflects his personality, and the food also reflects his personality. But before you put it in, you take it from the store. It's not your personality. It's just like the Tzemach Tzedek said. I say Chassidus, I say Musar, I say Inyanim and Avedas Hashem. It's like a hat maker. Whoever the hat will fit, that's who I made the hat for. So before the Tzemach Tzedek made it, he made a hat. But then if you don't apply it to yourself and internalize it and put it on, it's the hat remains a hat and you remain yourself. A person, if he has a beautiful personality, when he puts on the hat, it compliments him that he looks mamish shchinizdik, beautiful. But if he doesn't look good, you can put on the nicest hat, it's not going to look good. If the hat doesn't look... In other words, a person has to work on himself, and then it reflects his personality once he puts it on himself and it becomes individual. So when you come to hire somebody to, you sell something to somebody, you make a kinyan, it becomes yours. You take it in from Shazarab, it becomes yours. If you sell somebody, you have a tree, you tell them, okay, you can go collect the fruits for this year, you have to pay me. So it all depends how he's going to prune the tree, how he's going to water the tree, and how he's going to take care of it. This is how much he'll take out. Then it's called his toil, his work, so he can rent the tree. My son Mendy was discussing with me yesterday and said that from the JLI program, it says the Socher and Zvulun, how does Socher and Zvulun make a deal? How do you make a deal? He didn't learn yet. He didn't. So how could Yisachar make a deal with Zvulun? How could Zvulun buy his? It's like another person can't makna davar shlei bol elam, and this is not yet. So the truth is, we base it on chazakah. When you hire a computer guy, when you hire a graphic artist, so you're paying him. He's going to create you a program. Why are you paying him? Why are you hiring him? Because he has experience. He already created programs. He already made graphics. So based on his record, you hire him. That's a kinyan. when the Yidden came into Eretz Yisrael, they were devoted to Hashem. And based on their record, their chazakah of devotion to Hashem is B'Shav Sa'aretz. The first year is B'Shav Sa'aretz. They're devoted to Hashem. And that's what really the Mahus of a Yid is. That the Mahus of is B'Shav Sa'aretz. Then the Eibishter says, you have to toil Sheish Shanim. Even though it should have been the opposite. We should have Sheish Shanim, we should have been B'Shav Sa. And 1 year should be Tizras Adecha. But no, the Achone, sometimes the Achone, in a person in life, he sleeps and he eats and he drinks and he does exercise and he has to go to work. Calm is left for him, and he feels sometimes bad. And the answer is that it's all Avodas Hashem. And even though that's a higher madrega in Avodas Hashem, but you can't come to the higher madrega unless you go al pitera that you should sheishanim tizras adecha, that you should toil, and then you have to thresh, and then you have to tchina, and then you have to lisha, and it's all madregas and aveda. First you have to separate it, then you have to bind it lisha through flour. You make it edel dak like flour, and then you have to mix it together and with right ingredients and cook it. First you have to have a clean pot, and all this is a moshel in Avodas Hashem. You want to get closer to Hashem. You want to do Avodas Hashem. If this is the Seder Aveda, the Seder Aveda is in Seder Mesudar. You have to go menakal akovet and work on it, and then you come to a higher madrega and a higher madrega. Yes, there is an Aveda of Tshuva, and yes, this is the generation of Tshuva, but every tzaddik could also do Tshuva, and so on and so forth. So this is the Eibush that should help. We should all do Tshuva, and we should all do our Aveda, and we should all be happy. Yibdas Hashem b'simcha, and this is one thing I wanted to say. Perhaps I wasn't misunderstood last week. The only thing I wanted to say is that about these guys visiting the Vatican, I just wanted to say what I said was that these are Jews who came there. As a matter of fact, it was the song that they sang was very interesting. Erech Yomim Aspe'ehu Vareyu B'Shuasi means Erech Yomim means in a long time, many days. It takes a long time. And they even suffered a long time. Aspe'ehu, the Eibishter says, I will give you and I will satiate you and I will feed you, and Vareyu B'Shuasi, and I will show you in my Yeshua, I will save you from everything. They're standing over there in front of the Lahavdul, the Pope, and they're singing to him. We're rich, affluent Jews. We're happy Jews. We don't carry no hate, no venom. We're there to make a better world, a happy world. We're here, and we know our dependence is in Hashem, and Hashem is the one who feeds us, and Hashem is the one who perseveres, sees that we persevere. And we see as Yeshua, and we will see in Yeshua, and it's all Hashem who shows us that every difficulty and every setback is a blessing in disguise. This is what the message is. Let's do the right thing, and let's show that we're happy and we're preparing for Mashiach. And even the goyim should be good and teach all the goyim to prepare the world for a better world.